evening, wrestling fans. Hope you all had a good Tuesday. Hope you all have a good start to your work week. Well, another edition of WWE Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Yesterday's Raw was a pretty decent show. I won't go far as a 5-star show, but it was a decent show. It kicked off with the OTC Roman Reigns coming out to the ring. And when he came out, what an ovation he got from the international crowd that was at the event. Because yesterday's Raw was in Birmingham, England. So he had a very good ovation from the crowd. He comes out to the ring. He says, first thing he says, Birmingham, acknowledge me. Then he goes on saying, it's been a long time being here in Birmingham, Alabama. Then he goes on and saying, I'm not the same guy that I used to be. He then references Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in his speech, saying that a lot was taken from him. The bloodline, his wise man, and the title, which was the undisputed WWE title. And the fan says, Chance says, no, you haven't. That's what they were chanting. He gets interrupted by Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed. And as usual, what Paul Heyman says, goes on, same thing that he always says. My name is Paul Heyman. That's what he always says. He goes on talking. He brings up Bronson Reed, says that Bronson Reed is going to defeat Roman Reigns at Clash of Paris. Then Roman Reigns says, you dumbass, you're going to kiss my ass at Clash of Paris after I beat him, meaning Bronson Reed. He then asks for his shoes back because Bronson Reed had both his shoes around his neck. Bronson Reed speaks, and responds, says, I am the tribal thief. He then, Reigns calls him to the ring, gets to the ring. Bronson Reed comes down to the ring. Paul Heyman tries to stop him, but is unsuccessful. Bronson Reed gets to the ring, and the two of them, meaning Bronson Reed and Reigns, go at it, starts beating the hell out of each other. It spilled. Then eventually spilled. Outside the ring. Eventually, the officials had to come out to break them up. So, all in all, I thought this was a pretty good segment. I have no complaints about it. The match to look forward to Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed at Clash of Paris. I think it's going to be a good match, very good match. So I'm looking forward to it. The first match of the night was Dragon Lee versus Jay McDonough. This was actually a pretty good match. I thought Dragon Lee and Jay McDonough put out a pretty good performance in the ring. I have no complaints about this match. I thought it was a good match. Very good match. But Dragon Lee defeats JD McDonough. But all in all, I think it was a good match. The third match was Penta versus Kofi Kingston. This was an okay match. I wasn't crazy about this matchup from the beginning, but it was a decent match. Kofi Kingston ended up getting the win over Penta thanks to the interference from Grayson Waller and Xavier Woods. So I thought it was an okay match. I mean, it wasn't a match I was really looking forward to, but it was okay. Then we had a Becky and Nikki Bella promo segment. Basically, Becky Lynch comes out with a new entrance music, which I love. I think it's a great entrance music now. I like this one better than her old entrance music, but I like this one. So basically comes down to the ring, and you would think she'll be nice to the crowd since they're in the UK. But as usual, she basically parades the international crowd in Birmingham, Alabama, saying he mentions that the reason why Ozzy Osbourne left Birmingham, England to go to LA because LA was a much better city. So basically, then she brings up Nikki Bella. She gets interrupted by Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella comes out, has words with her. Basically, yabba yabba yabba. So the two end up exchanging words, going back and forth. Basically, Nikki Bella ends up wants to challenge Becky Lynch for the women's IC title. Eventually, Becky Lynch does accept the challenge, but she says it won't be tonight. It's going to be at Clash of Paris. So we're going to have Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch for the women's IC title. I'm not sure how I feel about this match. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Nikki Bella, but to me, I don't think she needs a title. Someone just came back to WWE just recently. So I don't think she needs this win against Becky Lynch and become the women's IC title. But it should be a good match between these two. I don't recall if these two ever faced each other, and if it did, I remember it. But like I said, I think it's going to be a good match at Clash of Paris. But to me, I don't think Nikki Bella needs this win and needs to win the women's world title. Especially that, someone just came back to the WWE just recently. So I don't think she needs this win. But like I said, it should be a good match. I don't know who's going to win because I think it's going to be a tight match. It can go either way with this match. So I thought it was a pretty good segment. But I thought Becky Lynch had the better promo than Nikki Bella did. I have no disrespect to Nikki Bella, but I think Becky Lynch had the better promo than Nikki Bella during the segment. Okay. We had a women's one-on-one match between Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. This was a very good, fun, exciting match. I thought that this was my favorite match of the night. I thought Rhea Ripley and Roxanne Perez put on a pretty good match in the ring. I have no complaints about this match. I thought this was the best match of the night, in my view. Rhea Ripley picks up the win over Roxanne Perez. After the match, then you see Raquel Rodriguez and come in the ring, attack, Rhea Ripley from behind. Then also you see Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez starts beating the hell out with Ripley. Either Sky comes out, because right after Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, they help her. So, like I thought this was a pretty good match. I thought it was the best match of the night. I have no complaints about it. So I thought it was a good match. We had AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. This was an okay match. I don't think it was a great match, but it was okay. All in all, I thought AJ Styles and Finn Balor put on a decent performance. I don't think it was their best performance, but it was a decent performance. AJ Styles picks up the win over Finn Balor. Last but not least, we had a LA Knight versus Braun Breaker match. This match was pretty much even until all the interference started. And this has got to be, I don't know how many weeks now, where the main event has been ended by a DQ/interference. And I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick and tired of the main event on Raw always ended in a DQ via interference. But when the match was even between LA Knight and Braun Breaker, it was a pretty good match. I thought both Braun Breaker and LA Knight had put on a pretty good performance in the ring, and basically went back and forth. Then all the interference started. You had Seth Rollins get involved, CM Punk got involved, Jey Uso got involved. So basically, in the end, Braun Breaker ends up pick up the win over LA Knight. So that's your recap of last night's Raw, or say yesterday afternoon's Raw, because I watched it at night on Netflix because I wasn't home during the day to watch it live. So I watched it last night. So all in all, I thought last night's Raw was a decent show. I'm not going as far as a 5-star show, but it was a decent show. Now, tonight is NXT on CW. Now, I'm sure it's going to be a pretty good show tonight, especially coming off of NXT Heatwave. So, it should be a good show. It's the first show after NXT Heatwave. I enjoyed NXT Heatwave from Sunday night. I thought it was a pretty good show. I thought every match on that card from Sunday was very exciting. So tonight's NXT show on CW should be an exciting show as always. Before I end this video, please, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my channel with subscribers. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hope you all have a great Tuesday evening.